welcome to Hometown Happenings. I'm Carol McCarthy here at the Detroit Mountain Recreation Area with General Manager Jeff Staley. And Jeff, this is the first time out to the mountain, out into the new lodge, for me anyway. Let's talk a little bit about the lodge that we're standing in, still under construction.
Yeah, it's a beautiful space. I think you said that earlier, and it's about 10,000 square feet, and we'll serve the masses pretty well. We've got a full cafeteria, a small bar area, a large rental area, and a couple other small meeting spaces.
Okay, and when the lodge is complete, which we'll find out about that in just a couple seconds, but we'll hopefully get a grand tour of the place. We're just giving people a little bit of a teaser today, and we were going to do this interview outside, but unfortunately it's raining. Fortunately, the grass will grow, but that's why we're inside today, and we'll get a tour of the lodge when it's fully complete. But when is the completion date? When are you looking at completing the lodge?
Well, the lodge should be completed about mid-July or so. They've made a lot of progress, obviously, and it's all enclosed, and a lot of the trim work is done, but there's a lot of the small details that take a little bit more time, and they'll still need a little bit more time to work on.
All right, very good. So we'll have, like you said, you're going to have a little bit of a cafe, a cafeteria, a bar lounge, and then you're going to have rental areas and that sort of thing, and maybe some lockers and whatnot. But it's a lot to put in a building like this. It's a big building, and it's very impressive. And it's pretty empty right now, other than the construction and the ambient sound that we're hearing right now.
Yeah, I apologize for all the noise going on. Obviously, it would have been nice to be outside, and we had some great weather yesterday, and we should have taken advantage of that maybe. But yeah, fortunately they've allowed us to come inside, sneak inside and do the filming inside, so you get a little bit of a sneak peek. But we'll do a big grand reveal later in the summer after it's all complete. We'd like to recognize all of our donors with a special event, and then have a full open house for the public as well. So as we get closer, we'll promote that a little bit more heavily and make sure people are aware of that so that they can come out and see it, because we hope they think it's pretty special.
All right. I'm here at the Detroit Mountain Recreation Area in Detroit Lakes with Jeff Staley, the general manager. We're going to talk about the outside coming up next on Hometown Happenings. Welcome back to Hometown Happenings here at Detroit Mountain Recreation Area in Detroit Lakes, of course, with Jeff Staley, the general manager here at DMRA. And Jeff, let's talk about the runs outside now. What are all the activities that will be happening here on the mountain?
Well, of course, we've got alpine skiing and snowboarding. Those will be the main winter activities, but a lot of people probably remember the cross-country trails that are out here too. So the whole property is about 200 acres, and the downhill ski area sits on about 60. So we've got quite a few acreage to Nordic ski or snowshoe or just generally hike in the wintertime. So full assortment of activities in the winter months. We'll have a large deck space, so of course you can just come out and watch people skiing and sit in the winter sun and have fun that way too.
All right, I can work on my ski commentary, so I can become a NBC reporter at the next Olympics.
That's right. Well, we do have a really amazing terrain park here, just a world-class designed terrain park that we hope to host competitions and things on, so you will have your chance to do some commentary.
All right, plus it's a lot of fun, the good entertainment to watch, people going down the hill, and you get to see some phenomenal people, and you get to see the beginners. It's all here. It's all going to be here at the mountain. So what sort of abilities? I mean, you'll have all sorts of runs for all types of abilities.
Oh yeah, we'll have everything from the first time never ever skier to the advanced skier. West Run is kind of our premier black run with a little bit more vertical and length to it, and then we've got some smaller bunny hills that are serviced by moving carpets, so it makes it real easy and friendly to learn, so that kids don't get discouraged and they want to stick with the winter sports. But yeah, just an assortment of terrain, about 14 runs total.
All right, I'm amazed that many runs can be on the mountain here. But let's talk too. It's a 4-season park, but more on the winter. You're also going to have snow tubing.
Yeah, we will have a full tubing run. It's still in design a little bit, but we should have 4 to 5 dedicated tubing runs. That area will have a moving carpet as well, so you just walk up to it, set your tube down, and hop on, and you get to ride up as well as ride down. But those are a lot of fun for people that don't like to ski and just want to have a little bit of fun outside. So
yes, enjoy the winter months that much more. So in the summer and spring, I know that there's also work on a mountain bike area.
Yeah, we'll have dedicated mountain bike trails, and there's a whole assortment of types of mountain biking, from downhill gravity-fed trails to cross-country flow trails to skills park and pump track. So we're going to have an assortment of each of those. That'll begin construction in August and run through November of this year. The trails won't be open yet this year for mountain biking, but come spring of 2015, we'll have a great offering.
So we have time to look for that great mountain bike and get our skills, hone in on our skills.
That's right, yeah.
All right, very good. So the Four Season area, now you're also going to have a scenic overlook at the top.
Yeah, there'll be mountain biking in the summertime, but of course hiking. A lot of those trails are shared, so you can hike up to the top, and we'll have a little picnic area up there with a scenic overlook and stuff, and the view is just fantastic. So the next episode, we'll get up to the top.
All right, breathtaking views and some great runs here out at the mountain, Detroit Mountain Recreation Area. Now, Jeff, right now you're in the midst of carving out like you said, the runs, and of course getting the lodge up to usage stage. But let's talk a little bit about, you're also working on the trails. You're doing a lot of carving out of the mountain rather than relying on the snow. Is that something that's typically done on a mountain?
Oh, sure. With regard to the terrain park, yeah, we've built up some of the ramps and hills that would normally be formed by snowmaking. So that allows us to open that much earlier. Certainly saves on cost with that snowmaking expense. But that's something unique to our area, and something we're really looking forward to.
All right, great. And to have to make snow in Minnesota, it's kind of sad, but it's true to be able to keep it open all year round.
Yeah, snowmaking is important because even in the off winters when there's not a lot of snowfall, we'll have the ability to make snow at 31 degrees, and be able to cover the mountain. We've probably got about 10 times the snowmaking capability that the former mountain had. So all the snowmaking pipes are underground. We've got 10 snowmaking guns, a large pump system, and about a 4 million gallon holding pond for the snowmaking water. So whether it snows naturally or not, we'll have snow at Detroit Mountain.
All right, very good. So can you swim in that 4 million gallon hole?
Maybe in the summertime. I wouldn't recommend it in the winter.
All right, not stocked with fish. Okay, all right. So when do say season tickets go on sale? How soon are you going to start selling those?
We'd like to start selling our preseason season passes sometime in August, probably associated with our donor event and our open house. We would kick that off.
All right, very good. Well, we'll keep in touch, and thank you again for the little bird's eye view here of the new lodge and the mountain, and we look forward to seeing it completed, and good luck and a great job so far.
Well, thank you.
Jeff Staley from Detroit Mountain Recreation Area, along with Carol McCarthy for Hometown Happenings.